spotlight on the women creating an impact, leading organizations, and mission-focused strategic programs across the federal technology and consulting community. This is Impact. I'm being joined today by Tomika Anderson, the CEO of Manifest Greatness Media. Tomika, thank you for hopping on to meet with us.
Of course. I'm thrilled to be here.
So tell me a little bit about your company and what it is you guys do.
So Manifest Greatness Media is geared toward helping to elevate the brands of different companies and company founders. So currently, I do publicity, media relations, I do communications, strategic communications, and other work aimed at helping to get clients more readily known and recognized in their industries. So what that looks like is I have clients that everyone from Microsoft to nonprofits.
Wow.
So it's really exciting to really kind of start to break into the GovCon space, which is one of my main intentions for this season in my career.
That's awesome. That's awesome. A lot of people, especially in the GovCon space, don't realize how important branding is.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that made me understand that I had value in this space.
Mm-hmm.
First job I ever got in GovCon was being brought on for a campaign for the Health and Human Services. They had no idea kind of what to do with me. They just knew I had a good background. They found out that I was able to help connect them to celebrity clients like Iyanla Vanzant to launch their adolescent pregnancy prevention campaign. I had relationships with WNBA stars and actors, all aimed at helping the government, get the word out to kids about how to be abstinent or how to protect themselves from STDs. And that's what I learned, how important it is to be able to leverage your skill sets in maybe the commercial space in GovCon.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your journey. What personal experiences have you found most rewarding in shaping out your personal journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was a single mom who came to the DC area about 10 years ago after having worked in New York City for 15 years. I started in the entertainment industry, and my job was doing everything from interviewing celebrities like Beyonce and Serena and Venus Williams, even at some point Michelle Obama. And because I started working for magazines and then I transitioned into television and websites, I found myself with all different kinds of writing opportunities, reporting opportunities, journalistic opportunities, working for places like CNN. And when I transitioned to the DC area after having had my son, I was like, the DC area, because my parents are here and my village is here, I was like, I need to find a different career because DC is not New York.
Yeah.
And so I had relationships from my college. I'm representing the University of Virginia. You can't see me, but I'm wearing a sweatshirt from there, who suggested that I leverage some of my skills in terms of communications, public relations, writing, reporting, talent acquisition and sharing in the government space. And so I learned that that's a really great career field to be in and that I have a lot of value there. And it's been a pretty interesting journey, very helpful. And also I'm still learning a whole lot. So failure also has been part of my journey as well in terms of, it's like you need to help make people understand in the GovCon space your value sometimes. They don't always get it coming from commercial.
I think sometimes failing is an important part of a journey, actually.
Absolutely. And there's been plenty of that.
So what methods do you use to stay inspired and continue your growth as a leader? And how do you turn some challenges into opportunities for development?
Absolutely. So around the same time that I launched Manifest Greatness Media, I also launched a travel company, believe it or not, called Single Parents Who Travel. And it's a company that was born of a Facebook group that I founded around the same time I had my son. And it is now 14,000 members across social media and growing. Now we've taken 7 trips internationally with hundreds of single parents and their and their kids. And so what I have learned from doing that is just to continue to bring your authentic self to the work that you do, right? And that has even given me opportunities to see how working in the GovCon space can benefit from the kind of publicity that I've been able to get even for my own company, Single Parents Who Travel. We've been in Forbes, Good Morning America. We've been on the Today Show. We've been celebrated in publications like Essence. And so me having those experiences here and seeing how they can translate on behalf of the GovCon space, whether it's with an agency or a company that is looking to broaden its exposure, those are all wins. You know, there's like the challenges that come with that, you know, in terms of the time that it takes sometimes, or making sure that you're getting the right wording out to the right audiences in order to have the right results. But that's all part of the journey.
Well, as a single mom, I thank you for that idea because that's amazing. You go to travel someplace, not every place is kid friendly, not every place is even family friendly. So that's great to have a source like that. So how can organizations create more supportive environments to nurture and mentor women to become emerging leaders, ensuring a vibrant and more inclusive leadership pipeline?
Yeah, that's an amazing question. So something I've also done for years has been coaching as well as facilitating mastermind groups. I used to do them for groups of strangers. Now I do them for some friends and colleagues. And that is a way that we come together as business owners to support each other and give each other some suggestions and tips about how we can better be business owners as well as leaders, right, in our lives. And then another piece of this is ensuring that you're getting your training, you know, your certifications, that you are continually involved in personal development, not just in terms of, you know, the kind of certification you can get on in going to school and such, but just positioning yourself to continually expand your network with people who know more than you do. To me, that's a really simple but effective thing. And then it's also giving back. You know, one of the ways in which I feel like I have been successful over the years is because other people poured into me. So Manifest Greatness Media, we have 2 interns from Howard University that I work with every week, you know, because I understand how important it is as a Black woman, especially to see an older, more established Black woman be confident in her business and to be organized and be using project management tools and to be tapped into different networks and to be vulnerable around for what you want and not pretending like you know everything. And so I feel like that's a big piece of it. It's like both giving back as well as collaboration with others who know more than you and also who want to see you succeed. And then not resting on your laurels, you know, just, you know, mentor programs. That's something that I definitely feel like people will benefit from, especially when it comes to being a woman, who often starting behind the lines in terms of what she typically would be able to get without asking for help, whether financially or in terms of the positions that she's been able to attain. So all of that.
I feel like when you mentioned keeping educating yourself, especially in your business, staying up on the latest tech and trends, especially with things like social media, is very, very important. It's always changing. Like constantly people are saying, oh, fight the algorithm and stuff like that. So it's always a new thing to learn.
Yeah, I say lean into the AI tools. I mean, we're just not going to win, right? I'm a writer. Yeah. People go to ChatGPT to write whole books at this point.
Yes.
What is it that you can do to make sure that you are educated, that you're leveraging these tools in an ethical way? You know, how do you make sure, like, for instance, for me, my work day may start at 6 a.m. and I'm done at like 4, but I'm often putting at least a couple of times a month a training or a workshop that I am participating in to learn about the latest and greatest. I am investing the time in combing through social media groups of people who are in digital marketing who may have more knowledge than I do. And I'm raging for lunches and brunches and coffee chats and just looking for ways in which I can continually grow, because the more I grow, the more opportunities I can give my clients. And I feel like having that mindset is going to keep you from becoming a dinosaur.
I love it. So what exciting trends or developments in the workplace do you believe will positively shape the future of leadership, and how can leaders best prepare to embrace these changes?
I just have to keep driving home with, you know, personal development as a leader allows you to lead more effectively. And it may sound wonky to some, but I'm a huge proponent of things like therapy. I'm a huge proponent of things like having a mentor or a sponsor and being transparent with this person or these people on your mastermind group, for instance, about the ways in which you're struggling or the ways in which you could better, be more effective. One of the things that I do in my company is I have folks who work with me or work for me, both in the United States as well as offshore. So that means that not only investing the time and energy in kind of learning my employees and just like a lot of the rest of the world, right? We're investing in talent in different places, learning some of the customs and the cultures and the nuances that help you to create a solidified team and to work together effectively. I feel like the more you invest in your workforce, the more people invest in your business. And so I just continue to drive home what I'm seeing is a trend that I think is a really amazing one around being transparent, around being vulnerable, around continually building yourself professionally, and then also championing the soft skills. People say soft skills. I feel like the trend is saying that soft skills are the future. It's more about your skills, right? To include the intangibles that are even sometimes more important than your degrees, So just really leaning into that and making sure that that's top of mind, I think will definitely continue to be a good trend that we all benefit from, especially women.
Right. Well, Tomika, is there anything else you would like to add?
I would just like to say thank you so much for including me. And I love to be part of the family. And I look forward to continue to supporting this podcast as you guys are supporting me.
Well, thank you so much for hopping on and speaking with us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you're keeping up to date on the latest episodes, and learn more at govforum.io.